United. What is this? What is this? 3-0. 3-0 to Man City. You're kidding, man. This is ridiculous. Oh my goodness, Manchester United. And you know what? There were portions of the game where it didn't even look bad. They didn't look that bad, but then they just could not get through Manchester City. It was just simple, basic errors that they were making. Look, all I'm saying is Chelsea better beat this team next weekend. It would be an embarrassment, but you know how it always rolls, right? Chelsea always draw against United. It's the most drawn fixture in Premier League history, I believe. It's crazy, but the last time I thought that was going to happen, Chelsea did beat them 1-0 because United were just absolutely dreadful last season, finishing 15th. Now they have made signings, but those signings as well, Benjamin Šeško, Mbomo, like these guys, like they didn't look threatening to Manchester City today. It was just bang average. They could have and they should have, but it was just Bruno Fernandes, Amad Diallo, and then 9 other idiots. That's really what it felt like when I was watching it. So I and Man City as well. Man City did not look that great. They did not look like Manchester City, that threatening side that we have seen for so many years. Because last year we saw how much they fell off, and then they picked themselves up again. And then over here they've had a few slip ups so far this season, and we're only like few games in. So Manchester City also did not look super threatening, but they did what Manchester United did not do, and that was take their chances. Manchester United, man, what on earth? These lot were just passing the ball straight into pressure. The way Haaland had scored Haaland scored City's second goal. That was criminal. In the way Bayern had I'm not blaming Bayern. Whoever it was who lost the ball in possession, and then Haaland got the ball right on the plate, chipped it over Bayern. That was just classic United being architects of their own demise. And oh my gosh, it was absolutely dreadful for Manchester United. But then there were portions of the game where they look good. You can see over here, sorry, it's mirrored for me. But yeah, you can see over here with the momentum, they really picked it up towards the end, but it was too little too late. Ball possession, I'm surprised that United finished with more ball possession, because at one point it was like United having 30% ball possession. It was crazy with City having most of it. But then City as well, they did not look as flawless, as great, as threatening, as potent as they normally do. It was just a bit flat. But they could afford to do that because it's Manchester United. Like, my gosh, how the mighty have fallen, huh? Growing up, I used to look at Manchester United as Manchester United. Today it was just flat for Man United. And I expected a lot more from the new signings. But still, like, even then, they do look better. It was like Mbomo and Sesko, they look all right. But they were just not there today. Mbomo, okay, I know I said Bruno, Ahmad, and 9 other idiots. No, Mbomo was decent today. Sheshko was just getting dominated by City defenders. And yeah, that was just the story of United's evening. They should have scored towards the end. They really should have. But again, they were just fumbling chances that were coming their way, and they really should have taken them. Look, Chelsea, you better beat these lot next weekend. You have to go to the Allianz, beat Bayern, make a statement, and then you have to go and beat Manchester United, because drawing against Brentford yesterday was pretty bad. But if you lot go beat Bayern Munich and you beat Manchester United, the Brentford result is forgotten. That just becomes like, okay, that's like a point game. Yesterday, it really felt like 2 points dropped. But playing against this Manchester United team, look, I think my words will come back and bite me, because Manchester United always tend to show up against Chelsea. No matter how bad, United could be in relegation form, Chelsea could be in title winning form, and then it will still end up a 1-1 draw. United always tend to show up against Chelsea, but seriously, like, watching them play like this, it just looked so important. It looked poor. So Chelsea, you lot better beat United next weekend, because oh my gosh, nah, This is unacceptable for Manchester United. And yeah, but surprisingly, this is an improvement over last season. So it's progress for Manchester United. But it's just not good enough for what Manchester United are, for what the institution of Manchester United is supposed to be. This is just poor. So, given that they've been in the trenches for quite a while, and last season was just disastrous, finishing in 15th, this performance today, even though statistically it looks dreadful for Manchester United, but watching them play the game, watching how they were combining with each other with whatever little they had, it was surprisingly improvement. It's surprisingly better than the Manchester United that I saw last season. But it's still not good enough for where Manchester United should be. So look, Chelsea, you lot better get the job done next weekend. If not, these words are gonna come back to bite me. I don't know. Then again, right? No one really watches my videos. I only have like 2 viewers. You know what? Let these 2 viewers come after me, cause why not? So yeah, like where do Manchester United go from here? For me, surprisingly, it has been improvement over compared to last season, but it's still nowhere near as good enough because clearly the scoreboard says that they have lost 3-0 to Man City. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you watched the game. What did you think of Manchester United? If you are somehow a Manchester United or Manchester City fan who has found this video, let me know what you think because I'm a Chelsea fan. So, you can feel free to come at me in the comments and say that, I'm completely wrong for talking about United in this way. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. You know what? Take care. Goodbye.